So today I wanted to introduce you to this absolutely gorgeous suite in our new catalogue. Our new catalogue launches on the 1st of June and this is it. It is just gorgeous. I love all the colours, love so many things in this beautiful book. And these should be starting to arrive any tick of the clock now in my customers' mailboxes, and if you don't have one, please go on to my blog or contact me via my Facebook page and request one. So I'm actually going to be showing you, it's called Delightfully Detailed, and it's on pages 38 and 39, okay, and they've got some really nice samples over here on page 38. And there are 7 items in the suite. There's the Detailed with Love stamp set, the faceted dots, which I've got it all here so I can show it to you. These are gorgeous. They're self-adhesive, so you don't need to muck around with glue dots or anything else to attach them. The polka dot ribbon, it's made from tulle and it is absolutely beautiful. So you can actually colour the dots. It's really, really cute. I'm using it quite a lot. I've already onto my second roll. The Detailed Trio Punch. It's one of these styles of punches, and I have to say this is the easiest one of these I have used, and I'm happy to show it to you. I don't know whether we'll get to that today, but we'll see. The Detailed Laser Cut Specialty Paper, the Delightfully Detailed Note Cards and Envelopes, and they are here. There's envelopes there on top, vanilla, and then there's all these lovely kind of watercolor wash designs. They're really quite striking. For example, there's one there and you can see it's just got a beautiful design. I'll show you how we use those in a second. And then there's also, as part of the suite, the Delightfully Detailed Memories and More card pack. If you haven't used a Memories and More card pack, I may show you those another day, but they are stunning. They're not just for doing scrapbooking, they're also able to be used on cards. So they are quite beautiful, and there's lots of cute little things in there, such as, you know, little laser cut designs that you could use on a card, but you can also use them as templates, all sorts of things, and they're really, really cute and easy to use, and I really like the colours in these ones. They're lovely. So the main colourways seem to be Calypso Coral, Mint Macaron, Vanilla, Black. That's the main, oh, and Rich Razzleberry. Those seem to be the main. Oh, in these big ones too, when you get towards the back of these big ones. So you've got all these lovely laser cut designs here too, and there's stickers and all sorts of bits and pieces that you could add to not just the scrapbooking page, but you could also add them to cards and all sorts of things. I love this little beautiful scripty hello and the thanks. They're gorgeous. So lots and lots of cool things that you can do with those. But what I really want to show you today is these beautiful Delightfully Detailed laser cut papers. Now these are just absolutely scrumptious. They're just so gorgeous, and everyone who has seen them either in you know, mostly in real life, like demonstrators got to see them last month, and there's lots of oohs and ahs whenever these come out, and I'll show you why. Here's a couple of cards I've made with them just in the last couple of days. I had these up on my blog, and I'm just going to show you the basics of how you go about using these. So when you get them in a pack, there is, instead of the normal 12 sheets, because of the beautiful detailing and the laser cut pictures of these, there's actually 8 sheets in a pack, and there's 4 of each design. So you get 4 sheets of this one, which is just this beautiful, you can see hopefully how gorgeous this is, really, and you can see why it's called Delightfully Detailed. It is really detailed, and you can do lots and lots of cool things with these. They are white on one side and vanilla on the other, so it immediately opens up a range of possibilities just by having it white on one side and vanilla on the other. Then there's a layer of tissue paper between each sheet. Please keep the tissue paper with your papers, because it is really easy, if they didn't have this layer of tissue paper between them, it's really easy for the designs, the cut designs, to get snagged on each other. So you want to make sure you keep that paper in between. The other thing is, that's the first sheet. The second sheet, that there's also 4 of, and I'll just move these out of the way, is a little different. I've still got these ones behind their plastic. I'll pull this first one out. I'm trying to not pull them all out because I don't want them to get snagged. But I'll bring that one out with its tissue paper. Okay, so this one's a little different. This one's actually been already kind of designed to fit card fronts, and they are not the standard size card fronts. They are actually the note card size. So remember before I said there's the note card envelopes. You could either cut your, they're slightly smaller than a standard size card. Let me just grab a standard size card so we can compare it. Quickly grab one for you. Okay, so this is almost a standard size card. This is slightly smaller, but you can see they're a little smaller than that. So 1 centimetre or so on each side, and also on the sides each way. So you could, if you wanted to, use these on a standard size card, and then you just have a bit of a bigger gap. Like if I turn, this is just a card front, but if I turn that around, you can see it does fit. It just means you're going to have a bigger border around. Or of course you can use the note cards, or you could cut your card size down slightly. Up to you how you want to do that. But they are really, really gorgeous, and as you can see, just so beautiful over the top of those note cards. So what I've done in each of these cases is, well, not this one. These two, I used this one and this one to do these two note cards. And because of the gorgeous designs, this one is the mint macaron design. I'll just pull the envelopes out. And so what happens when you use these behind is you get that gorgeous colour coming through the laser cut designs. So that's actually this one here. And it doesn't look just gorgeous when you put the laser cut designs over the top. Just beautiful. So really easy to use. Now there's a whole range of other things you can do with these. For example, you can colour them, you can use them, as I said, as a template, you can emboss them, you can do all kinds of things, and you will see those things up on my videos over the next, if you stay tuned over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see more of these. But I just want to show you how you would go about cutting this. First of all, you need to be a bit careful, especially with the other design, with this one. You can't cut this with your trimmer. Okay, if you try and cut it with your trimmer, you're going to snag your blade going through these. Won't damage the blade, but it'll make a bit of a mess of the paper. So instead, what you should do is treat this a little different. You can either cut it out by hand. I actually used this one on here, and you can see I've actually decided to leave my border edge, the edge around, and that gave me a little bit more stability to work with. And then I just cut around my individual flowers. So I've actually got that sheet here. I'll move, whoops, see how that gets snagged? I should have had my paper down. All right, so I'm just going to bring back in this one because this one I had earlier, and I'll move that out of the way. And you can see I've already chipped and chopped away at this and cut up bits and pieces. But if I wanted to take the flowers out, I literally am just going to go around with my scissors and individually cut the bits I want. And if I didn't want that little flower attached, then I could just cut along that edge. So when you cut around your flowers, it's not hard to do. It's actually really quick and easy, but you've just got to sort of be aware that you need to use your scissors in this case. Okay, if you had any snaggy edges, you can always just neaten them up with the scissors. I've got a couple of little sharp edges there, and it doesn't take very long to do. And I might get rid of that one and just make it just one single flower. Alright, so you can see how that works. Also, sometimes you notice that some of the little pieces didn't pop out, so you might need to use the point of your scissors or a pokey tool of some kind, a paper piercer, to just poke out those little bits if necessary. Okay, and that's how those look. Really easy to do. So you can, if you want to, leave the edge on, like if you were doing the corner of a card like I did in this one, or the corner of a scrapbook page, which would look just fantastic. Or you can cut out individual pieces like I did on this card. Okay, you see I cut out a piece off this, and there it is there. Okay, so there's a couple of ideas for you. Another idea when you're cutting these ones, you can actually get away with using your trimmer because you would use your trimmer through the solid sections between the card fronts. As a suggestion, I would actually turn it this way and cut this border off first, and then you can use the border later for other things. I actually used the border for a card earlier today, or it would make a really nice belly band for something, or a border down the edge of a scrapbook page. That would look nice as well. And then if you want to, once you've taken that long one off, the one that's 12 inches wide, you might then wish to take that one off as well. Completely up to you. You can use these independently or you can use them all together. They look nice either way. And then you've got your individual ones to cut up as you please, and you can use your trimmer for those. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of a look at the gorgeous paper. I didn't want to take too long today to go into all the colouring and techniques. I will do a separate videos for that. But you can see how gorgeous this is with these lovely note cards, or you could use it on a card just with a wider border. So here in Australia, our paper size is A4, and they do fit inside that measurement with a nice little border quite nicely. So I hope that helps, and I hope you enjoy these gorgeous papers. I just love them. I just think they're so delicate and so pretty, and they are just going to become a big part of my paper crafting this year, and maybe yours too. Thanks guys. Bye.